Okay. All right, we will go ahead and get started. I know that everybody, it's a busy day, especially for those of you just getting back, laundry, kids, family, all that good stuff, playing catch up. But today our topic is our recap of Leaders Retreat. And like I just said, what an amazing, amazing time it was. This was my fourth Leaders Retreat. So the first one was Orlando, then Washington, D.C., Dallas, and Orlando again. And it just keeps getting better and better. This was by far my most favorite one. I loved getting to see so many familiar faces and new faces and learning. And John Maxwell, you guys, how awesome was that? His voice alone was just so soothing. I could sit and listen to John Maxwell every single day. I want him to come to my house and speak to my kids because maybe they would listen to him and the way he speaks. But it was just an amazing 5 days of fun, learning, being with our teams. Beth took us to Disney World, and that was so much fun. Just got to celebrate being around friends, learning from corporate. How about the new X Factor kids? Who's excited about that? I hope everybody's sharing that. We all have kids. We know somebody with kids. We're grandparents. We all know somebody with kids. So this product is amazing. It's going to change our business. I have been reaching out to every single person I know, telling them to switch out their vitamin for this one with a probiotic. I really do believe that if we market this the right way, this could be a game changer for all of our businesses. So I won't talk too much. I want to let our speakers talk. And then if anybody has any questions, as always, just post them in the comments, or at the end, we'll see what time it is, and then we will go through all of those. So those of you that were at Leaders Retreat, super excited to see you again. Those of you that weren't, thank you for popping on to follow with us what we learned. So our first guest today is Rachel Hofsteth. And Rachel, this was her third Leaders Retreat. So Rachel's going to share some of her favorite takeaways from the event with us. And y'all go ahead and unmute yourself when you're up. Thanks, girl.
All right. Hey, guys. Leaders Retreat was awesome. So, okay. I got to look at this real quick. So there are a lot of you guys, like Arielle said, don't have your cameras on. And she asked for hands of who was at Leaders Retreat. But I want you guys to raise your hands if you weren't at Leaders Retreat, and then keep them raised until I want to take a look. And you can also comment in the chat if you don't turn your video on, because I just want to see all of these people. Okay, awesome. So I am going to talk specifically to you guys who weren't there, but then also for those of you that were there. I hope that you just, can find encouragement or anything from what I have to share so that you can go take that to your teams as well. Okay. Like Arielle said, this was my third Leaders Retreat. And let's see, I want to go back and just share kind of like the timeline of where I was, because I think a lot of times people they look at their rank or where they are in their business, and they automatically assume that Leaders Retreat is something that they couldn't ever achieve for where they're currently at. And I don't want you guys to sabotage yourselves. So we need to just throw that mindset out. When I started Plexus in April, so 2 months later, because they always start the Leaders Retreat contest in June, at that time, I was a silver. Yeah, I was a silver ambassador, and I really didn't know what Leaders Retreat was all about. And I didn't, my belief in myself and in where my business was at that time, I didn't really believe that I could achieve it. So I didn't really try. And the fact that I wasn't even going to be around for Leaders Retreat that year, I was going to Israel the same time Leaders Retreat was going to be. And so I didn't really try for it. And I didn't really fully understand the impact that had I really put effort into achieving it, how far that would have taken my business. So I want you guys just to wipe out any thoughts that you have about your business, about yourself, whatever. everything that you do, like from now on, Leaders Retreat is a year from now, and the contest doesn't even start till June. What you do like today is going to set you up for that. So just keep that in mind. So that was 4 years ago. It was actually in Florida when I did not make it, but then I earned the one in DC as a gold ambassador. And I even earned the travel voucher for that one. They had, how we have different prizes. And then my second Leaders Retreat, which was in Dallas, I earned it as a senior Ruby. And in that one, I earned the private reception, and that was the second prize earning or whatever. And then this year, my third Leaders Retreat, I earned it as an Emerald. And I actually, my team helped me earn the Disney trip. So that was exciting and fun. And I just share that because you can see like the progress, like, of just when you continue to, move forward with your business, like the big things come, right? Like you don't have to be like, I want the shopping spree my first year. And then, then you start looking at those numbers and you start to self-doubt yourself. So just take it, one day at a time. And you guys really can achieve whatever it is that you put your minds to. Okay, so I'm not going to go into anything that we learned from John Maxwell. I'm not going to really dig into the things that we learned there, but I just want to share my experience. So each time that I go to Leaders Retreat, and each time, I've been to corporate a couple of times, and I got to go to Maui for the first time this year, and it's like my belief in this company is incredibly strong. And I never, it's funny because you think, how can your belief grow any stronger? But like my belief continues to get stronger every single time that I am at a corporate sponsored event. So my belief just, it continues to grow, especially in our executives. And the staff and everything. One of the things that I thought was really cool is they recognize some of their employees that have been with them for 5 and 6 years, and they brought them to Leaders Retreat and paid for their trip. And they said they deserve a retreat too. So I just thought that that was really cool. Alec and Tarl, like they love us. They are not like, oh, here's the CEO and president. They don't want to have anything to do with anybody. They go on stage, they go behind the scenes. Like, no, they are there with everybody. And that's one thing that I love. Another really cool thing that I've gotten to experience is like on the night of the costume party, I didn't go. I heard it was amazing, but it's
okay. I didn't go either, Rachel.
I know. But the Astros were playing, and I was like, I've got to watch the Astros. It was the last game to see if they were going to make it into the World Series, and they went. But I got to hang out with Melissa Eichenhorst and her husband, and Marianne Luciano joined us. So we were just sitting there because she's from New York. She's a Yankees fan. But like just getting to have conversation with her, and we didn't talk a lot of Plexus stuff, but just being around that, like, again, knowing how much they love their ambassadors. Like they love us, love us, love us. And it's just really special to be able to see that firsthand. And so I just want to communicate that to you guys to know that you guys are truly in a very special company and what we have is extremely unique. So don't ever doubt anything about this company. They have the right intentions. They have love for us. They truly want the best for us. And they don't just want the best for our businesses. They want the best for us and how we live our lives. And that was really, really apparent in what Alex shared with everybody. So he got on stage and he shared 10 ways to be happy, centered, and successful. And that was just really touching to me. I'm sure that we'll get some notes out for you guys. I don't know if anybody went live on your team pages, but that right there, like it was like, gosh, like it's not just about the business. And I think you guys all know that being ambassadors and having such unique, special, life-changing products that we have to offer people, it's not just about a business and getting sales and growing a team. Like it's truly about changing people's lives. And then knowing that corporate and our executives, they want to change our lives in everything that we do outside of Plexus. So to me, that was just something that was really, really special. And then the fact that they brought in John Maxwell and that they are, I can't even imagine. We all know it costs money to bring in speakers. And the fact that they would invest in that kind of leadership training for us speaks absolute volumes. So you guys are going to want to get your hands on the 5 Levels of Leadership book and start going through it and really starting to understand. Because if you have intentions of taking this business, far, no matter what level that you're at in the company right now, it's a great book to read. My husband was there when John Maxwell was speaking, and his company uses all kinds of John Maxwell stuff. So he was able to even take that, and he's going to apply that and go take it back to his work and his company and share with all of them. Then the next thing that I want to talk about, which probably you guys are not expecting to hear, is I want to talk to you guys about Super Saturday, because that is something that they always announce at Leaders Retreat. They announce all of the locations. And this year, what I think is really cool, what I've been begging for, is that they're going to live stream it, because so often Super Saturday is something that people want to go to, but they're just not able to get to it because it can be far away. I went up to Dallas last year. That was a 4-hour drive, just because I wanted to go with my team in Dallas, where I'm normally in Houston. And this year they don't have a Houston location. So I'm okay, I'm going to do this. And what I want to say to that is, if you don't have a location to drive to, because there is nothing like being with Plexus ambassadors, being surrounded by other ambassadors. But if you can't make it, I want you guys to seriously promise me, promise that you will go find people to watch this with. Because let's be realistic. If you throw on your live stream at your house, it's like a 4-hour training. You got your kids running around. You got maybe somebody calls you on the phone. You've got I've got a puppy that's 1-year-old, 90-pound puppy to take care of. Some people are super disciplined, but I'll tell you what, if I sit there and I try to watch it at home, it's not going to happen. The training that you receive, it's not going to be the same if you can get away. And that's also going to cause you guys to commit a little bit more. And you guys need to be around other people. So if you don't have a whole lot of ambassadors that are on your team right around you, seriously, use your team pages. Find out if there's going to be a big group of people. You guys will not regret that decision at all. You have to get to people. This training that they give us, in the years past, it's been $20. Very, very small investment, is so rich and it's so good. And they always talk about leaders are born at events. Don't dismiss this as being an event. Some people, it's Super Saturday. You guys have to go there. Have to. So I know that this is a Leaders Retreat recap, but Super Saturday is so, so, so important.
Yes, really quick to add on to that, you guys, because Rachel's right. I'm really glad you brought that up. If it's near you, make it a point to get to it. But if not, like she said, have a watching party. How fun to have your team together. If there's not a location that you can drive to, invite your team over, order pizza, do a brown bag lunch, whatever, and get together. Because she's absolutely right. If I was sitting at my house by myself, I would get sidetracked by my husband. My kids would be pulling on my hair. Get together with your team. So I do want to challenge all of you. If you will not be able to attend one in person, challenge out from Rachel and me and Beth. We're going to follow up that you get together with people, even if they're not on your team. Like she said, this is One Plexus. Post on any of our team pages about it, and I guarantee you can find somebody in your area to get together with. So sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but thank you for bringing that point up, because that's.
I agree 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Get with people. Seriously, there's something about being with people. So get with them for sure.
All right.
Rachel.
No, it's fine. I'm almost done. Okay. So kind of, my encouragement to you guys, I have written down here, Leaders Retreat is over. Okay. You guys you're hearing it, you're listening it. Some of you guys may be I'm so bummed that I didn't get to go. Don't be bummed anymore. Just use this time to move forward, right? We've got a few more days to earn the planner. And then what month are we in? October? I just got home yesterday. I still don't know what's going on. Okay, so we have 2 months, right? November, December, 2 months to finish out the year. And then we have Super Saturday, and that's when convention contest begins. So then you have, we're pushing for convention and all of those contests. then we go to convention, and then we have lots of fun, and then Leaders Retreat contest starts. So don't, like, if you guys are like, I cannot wait till next year, I can't wait to earn Leaders Retreat. Like, don't wait for for that contest to come. Start like planning now. Like, everything that you do in your business now is going to lead up to, convention contest, Leaders Retreat contest. If you're not growing your team now, you're not going to have that team behind you to help you achieve Leaders Retreat and the prizes after that. So I want you guys just to get it like set in your minds that you will be there next year, but you have to start working like today. Yeah. And then I just want to add, like, as you're thinking about all of these things, convention, contests, anytime that there is incentives, right? Our planner, like, for me, I have to constantly remind myself that I don't need these incentives to work my business hard. But sometimes it's easy to get a little bit more motivated to work your businesses harder for these contests. So it's kind of this like juggle that you have to, at least for me, it's a struggle for me that I have to constantly be like, I don't need an incentive to work my business hard, but it's fun when you have these incentives and get rewarded for that really hard work. But work for it. And even if you, and I'm going back to like my very first year that I didn't earn Leaders Retreat, that I was with the company. Again, I didn't realize that even if I worked for it as if I was going to earn it, and then if I fell short, my business would be that much further ahead. Because I just thought, well, I'm not going to be able to go. I'm a silver, that'll come for me next year. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, my business will grow. It'll work for me next year. I didn't realize that even if I fell short of my goals, like, that's still movement forward. So, it's a mindset thing. But yeah, I think one of those things is don't wait for those contests and those incentives, because like I said, what you do now is what's going to set you up to earn it later. So I know that's probably not exactly, I didn't share any of my experiences, but I just think that it's hard to share with you the experiences. Like, you guys just have to experience it for yourself.
No, so absolutely. Absolutely. That was perfect. I think that's exactly what people want to hear. So thank you. And Rachel's right, y'all. It doesn't matter your rank. The first one was an Amelia Island, and I'm going to speak for Beth because she's getting her hair done. I was a silver that year. Like Rachel said, she was a silver the first year. And I thought to myself, we didn't even know what it was back then, 4 years ago. We didn't know what Leaders Retreat was. Beth earned that Leaders Retreat. I believe she was a gold ambassador, and she didn't go because she didn't know. I didn't even know, I was a silver, that I should even be trying for this Leaders Retreat. We didn't know what it was. We didn't know how life-changing, how it could change our business. So I 100% agree with Rachel. It does not matter your rank. Anybody can do this. So absolutely 100%. Thank you, Rachel. Up next, we have Brandy Combs, and I believe this was her second Leaders Retreat to attend. So Brandy, we can't wait to hear from you.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, it was my second. And to piggyback off of what Rachel and Ariel were just saying, when Leaders Retreat was in DC, not last year, but the year before, I had zero desire to win it. Zero. I wasn't fully working the business yet. I was only dabbling. And I had, like Ariel just said, I had no idea what it was. I was like, you know what? It's the weekend of my birthday. I'd have to be away from my family. It's in DC. I have no desire to go to DC, maybe someday, but at the time I didn't. No desire to earn it. And one of my runner who joined me, she was silver at the time, Stephanie, and she did win it and went. And I remember I was so happy for her. I'm like, oh, have fun. Let me know what you find out. Like, cause I just didn't get it. And her and my upline, Jamie, went, and I was happy for them and more power to them, but had no desire because I just didn't get it. And now I would never not work for Leaders Retreat. Now that I've been to two, I said the same thing last year, but this year I agree it was even better. I mean, I've only been to two, but it was the best one I've been to. And I would never look at it and be like, I don't really want to go to that city. Or, I mean, it's just crazy to me that I thought that. But, live and learn. If you're new, wherever you are in your business, again, my runner was silver and she earned it. Anyone can earn it, and it is 100,000% worth it to go to Leaders Retreat. Sorry, I'm a little bit hoarse, actually, from Leaders Retreat, just the lack of sleep and just how busy we were. And it's a good busy, but it's tiring, it's exhausting, but it's totally worth it and so fun. One thing that I wanted to start with, I wrote some notes so I wouldn't forget stuff, is that so this year, the day that I flew out to go to Leaders Retreat was my birthday. It was on Wednesday. And then the very next day was my son's 13th birthday. So when Leaders Retreat came out this year, that it was in Orlando, and it was, again, on the weekend of our birthday, which I think it might be every year, because it has been so far. I thought, well, I've got to take my kids. I'm not going to miss my son's 13th birthday. They've been begging to go back to Disney. We can squeeze in a little bit of time at Disney in between everything. And I love that Plexus supports that. They're very family friendly. There were so many people with their kids there. And they all still made it work. I mean, I would see people jetting right after sessions, and then I would see their pictures on Facebook that night when I was catching up. They ended up, 30 minutes or an hour later, they were at one of the parks or doing something fun with their family. But that's the beauty of our company and Plexus, is that you can make that balance work. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I probably won't take my kids again. I think because it was his 13th, it felt like a special birthday, and I just would have felt too guilty not taking them. And my husband's not a fan of amusement parks, so this was the way to get him to go with us for about a day and a half at Disney. And it was amazing. We made so many great family memories. But on a personal level, for me personally, my heart and mind wants to be all in to the Plexus stuff when I'm at a corporate event, because it is so amazing. So that's just my opinion. I'm glad I experienced it with my family. Last year I took just my husband, and that was great. I would either go with just my husband or just the girls, meeting up with all the girls that you've made friends with, or even if you haven't made that many friends yet, you will. That's one of my other points on here, is that when people say, and if you're pretty involved, you know this, but if you're not, or you haven't been to many events, you may not know this. When people say one Plexus, it is like so crazy true. I remember when it first came out, one Plexus, I don't think I was super into my business yet. I mean, I think I was working it, but kind of in the beginning stages. And I was kind of like, one Plexus, okay. Some kind of motto they came up with. I was still kind of skeptical. Now that I've been to so many events and I've been to conventions and I've done this Leaders Retreat, one Plexus is so alive and crazy that if you haven't experienced it, you need to. And like everybody was saying with Super Saturday, you need to kind of be at an event to really feel it. I know we feel it on team pages and how supportive people are, and everybody is quick to help and quick to share, advice and stuff. But it's like everybody is immediately your friend when you're at any event. It's crazy. You can be walking down the hall and you just have this random question. You can look at anybody and ask that question, and they're going to gladly, happily, and give you a smile with their answer. Everybody is really just that happy and nice and helpful, and it's like everyone's your friend, and that just you feel so I think a lot of people, I'm guilty, sometimes you're nervous to go to something you're not sure about, or you're insecure because maybe you don't know enough people, or maybe you don't feel deserving, or whatever. There's all kinds of personal growth that goes into getting to these events and stuff, and growth in our business. But I've always kind of struggled with that, like, oh, I'm not going to know anyone, or what if I end up here by myself, or whatever. I just don't feel that way at these events, because there's going to be someone you can stand next to or sit next to and visit with that's going to help you. So the one Plexus is alive and well at events, and I felt it especially at this Leaders Retreat. I was staying off site with my family, because I didn't earn the contest in time to get a room at the Gaylord. And so I chose an off-site place that had a really nice pool and stuff for my kids. Found one girl that, was staying there with her family too. I messaged her before the trip, or the day sorry, and said, hey, would you like to share Ubers to the sessions and the Plexus events? We were a few miles away. She said, actually, I'll have my car. We ended up riding to and from both sessions together. Never met the girl in my life. She lives in Florida. I live in Texas. I mean, we're friends now. Like, we talked about everything. It was so fun, so nice. So just one small example of one Plexus that you'll really feel at a Leaders Retreat or any events in general. A couple of things that I noticed in the sessions was at one point, I don't remember who it was on stage that asked who in the audience is a first timer at Leaders Retreat. I was amazed at the amount of people that stood up. I mean, I looked around the room. I was sitting kind of towards the back, and I looked around. I was like, that is a ton of first timers. That's awesome that many people earned it and came and stood up for being a first timer. And that just kind of goes to show the growth of our company, and that no matter where you are, you can earn it. I also wanted to point out that so we're all in some form or fashion under Celeste, if we're on this Zoom, I assume. And when she was on stage, she talked for just a little bit about being like I think she was the highest earner of the points for Leaders Retreat contest. She asked at one point for everyone in the audience that was on her team to stand up. Y'all, I mean, it was definitely more than half the room. And I was in awe, and I thought, you know what? All of us, I mean, anyone in Plexus is lucky to be in Plexus, but all of us that are in some form or fashion on Celeste Downline, we are so lucky because we have such a large team. And from what I've been able to tell in the past few years that I've been involved in Plexus, it's so supportive. So seeing all those people stand up and feeling surrounded by people that I'm like, okay, these are all people on our team. If you haven't found that someone that maybe has your same style, your same learning style, your same leading style, you haven't found someone to connect with, try to find them, whether you find them on like a thread of a post that you read what they say and it attracts you or whatever. Or maybe your upline's trying to put some people together in a group chat, reach out to some of those people, because there is someone out there that fits your style and your needs of being helped as far as a sideline sister, or maybe it's a different upline, maybe it's a different runner that you can work with. Seeing all those people stand up just made me realize just how much support we have, and that we have so many leaders like Beth and Ariele and Celeste and Jen that are so, and my personal first upline is Melissa. All of them are so supportive and helpful and, give to us. So find them if you're wanting to reach for these contests and events and you want support, because they're there and they're willing to help us. I wanted to touch on Alex, and Rachel mentioned it, the 10 ways to be healthy, happy, and successful. And I think Rachel kind of said this, but it's something that I had wrote down too, is that I love how they help us with the whole person. Like, it's not just about our business. They want us to truly be happy, successful, healthy as a whole. The amount of personal development, which when I first joined Plexus, I was kind of like, what are all these people keep talking about on stage about personal development? Like, I always liked self-help books, but I didn't really get the relationship between personal development and my Plexus business. Because when I first joined, I was like, well, I'm just selling some vitamins and some pink drink. And once I got that personal development aspect and started realizing what everybody was talking about, I mean, I am obsessed now with listening to Audible in the car and when no one's home while I'm doing chores, and it drives my kids crazy, but I'm obsessed with it now because I have learned so much about the whole person, about me changing, being different. What can I work on? Helping me understand other people better, to help them better and to just relate better to other people. And there's lists and lists out there of the books that are great that people have found have worked for them. But when Alec was sharing those 10 ways to be healthy, happy, and successful, I was like, they really, really want the best for all of us, not just us, pushing some kind of vitamins and gut health products. It's about us bettering ourselves and our teams, so we can be the whole person. And I just think too, how great that looks for, or not looks, but how it is for outsiders looking in at Plexus. Like, I mean, we're obviously all very happy and we're working on our whole self so much. I just think it says a lot about our company and our leaders. But my favorite one that he shared on the 10 ways to be healthy, happy, and successful was number 7. I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to read all 10 really quick. I'm not going to go into detail about what he said about each one, but just to kind of give you an idea who weren't there. But number 7 was my favorite. I'm going to share it first. He said, look up. Just look up. Take the time to pay attention or you'll miss something. And that can be taken many ways. But one of the ways that I took it, and I think he might have explained it this way too a little bit, was we sit in a restaurant or we sit in line at the store, or the mall, whatever, and we're on our phones, which for us, especially, we're like, oh, got to reply to this message. We're on our phones a lot, or we're looking down. We're so focused on, a lot of people are so focused on themselves or what they've got going on, but look up. I mean, you might miss that one of your good friends has X, Y, and Z issue, or maybe not even something our products can help. Maybe somebody just needs you, and you need to be looking up and paying attention to help those people and be aware of what's going on with people around you. And then at the end, he said, he kind of paused, and it was just like so touching to me. And I think I kind of heard like a rumble in the room. So obviously I wasn't the same one, but he kind of paused and said, it's okay to look up all the way to all the way. And he kind of looked up, and I mean, clearly he was telling us, we can look up to the man upstairs, and that will help us with ourselves and with our business. And that's one of my very favorite things about Plexus. And it's almost like I didn't even know that I needed more, spirituality or God in my life, because I was doing okay in that department. But Plexus has really brought that out of me. I've even had, like, for instance, my ex-sister-in-law, kind of sometimes a touchy relationship with our family, even tell me, she said to me one day, and she does not, well, she bought Plexus in the past, but doesn't currently. But she said to me one day, I have really noticed since you've been involved with Plexus, you have been very spiritual and very about, God and how you lead your life. She goes, I really see that it's changed you. And I mean, I loved when she told me that. I was like, wow, I didn't know people noticed that about me. But anyway, I just love how it's almost at every event. I think it has been at every event. Somebody, not always the executive, sometimes it's someone just on stage, brings up God and thanks God for this business and this opportunity. And I just loved when he said that. So the 10 things real quick that he said on ways to be happy, centered, and healthy were: 1, don't make exceptions to your standards. 2, smile, be happy. In fact, he said, smile at 5 people a day. 3, be disciplined. Getting it done even when you don't want to is part of that one. I loved it that he said this. And I feel like, gosh, I don't need to be told that, but everybody could stand to be told this every once in a while. He said, never lie, cheat, or steal. He pointed out, and I don't know why I wrote it, but he pointed out journal writing through there. I won't go into detail about that, but that is something that I personally know that I need to improve on. Number 4, he said, live the golden rule. Obviously, do unto others as we would have them do unto us. Be kind. Number 5, he said, don't complain. Don't whine, complain, and don't make excuses. I'm pretty sure we're all guilty of that. Complaining is always easier. I mean, to me, it's always easier to say, like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm tired, but do that. Like, for some reason,
Hey, Brandy. I can't hear you. Hello? There, you're back. No. Can anybody hear Brandy? Give me the thumbs up. No. Okay. It's all right. It's okay. No worries. No worries. Y'all, I will repost those 10 ways to be happy, centered, healthy on the page. And I can post on Beth's page too. I have them all written down. I think you left off on 7, look up. Number 8, to finish off really quick, was set goals and write them down. Number 9 was to be humble. And number 10 is to serve others. But y'all don't have to write those down because we will go ahead and post those for you again. Brandy, I'm sorry you got cut off because you were really speaking really well. Thank you so much. And really quick, just to touch on what she said, she's absolutely right about the one Plexus and the Plexus culture that we have. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. We were walking around Disney with our Plexus shirts. I'm wearing it today in honor of Leaders Retreat. And the amount of people in their Plexus shirts that we don't even know, like, woohoo, Plexus. I mean, we are truly a family. So like she said, if you're going into an event, a meeting, an opportunity event, convention, not knowing anybody, it's okay. Yes, this is being recorded and it will be posted. It's okay, you guys, because you will make new friends at any Plexus event. I guarantee you that. So don't ever be afraid to show up to an event because you're alone. I promise you, somebody will welcome you and treat you like family. So, All right, guys. Next up, we have Jamie Sullivan, and this was her third time to attend Leaders Retreat. Jamie, go ahead.
Good morning. So it was my third Leaders Retreat. Events are so huge. I was very fortunate that a couple months after I joined Plexus was our convention in Dallas. And I live in Austin, so that was driving distance. I have family in Dallas, so I was able to go. You know, if it were further away, I probably wouldn't have gone because I wasn't that involved just yet. But I am so grateful that I went to that first convention because that really kicked things off for me. And just like everyone has already said, you get to know people. I signed up under Tressa Edwards, and we went to high school together. I went to high school with Brandy as well. We weren't close friends. We kind of knew of each other, but we weren't friends by any means. We didn't hang out in high school. We just became, friends on Facebook, and then we connected with Plexus. So I went to that convention in Dallas my first year. I was brand new. I was silver. Met up with Tressa, who, again, I honestly didn't even remember really from high school, but we met up, we clicked, had a great time, and Eric Worre spoke at that first convention I went to, and it really launched my business. It launched my belief in the company and the products, and since then, needless to say, I am huge on events. I think they're super important, all of them. Convention, Leaders Retreat, Super Saturday, anything you can get to it because it will be super helpful. Like Brandy said, 2 years ago when we went to DC, her level 1, Stephanie, was, I think, silver at the time. Stephanie had just joined that April of that year and earned Leaders Retreat. So anybody truly can earn it if you put some effort into it. And then don't assume that everyone in the higher ranks goes. I'm senior Ruby and I barely made it this year. And it would have crushed me if I hadn't made it. But there are plenty of other senior Rubies that didn't make it. So just don't assume that only the higher ranks make it and that they automatically make it, because that is not the case. You definitely have to work for it, but it is so worth working for. Events, they really change your mindset. Like I said, they change your belief in the company and the products. It's not at all, what I imagined going into this. Like when I first joined and went to convention, you kind of imagine a different scenario. I kind of imagined, cliques of people, and also, so last year in Vegas, an ambassador in our downline that went, she actually wasn't even working the business at the time, and she admits she just went to convention last year because it was in Vegas and she wanted to get away. And we told her sponsor beforehand, she'll change her mind once she's there, And she said, no, she's not into the business. She's not going to do this. She's just going, for fun. And we're like, hey, that's fine, whatever. Well, she went, and she had been with another nutrition type MLM prior to that. And she had been to some of their conventions. Well, once she went to this convention and she went as a guest to Winter's Dinner, her mind was blown. She told us that she was just so shocked with how different Plexus's convention was from other conventions that she had been to with this other company. She was impressed with how real everyone was. We, especially after Winter's Dinner, everyone's kind of standing around afterwards. I think the dessert reception is right after that. And we like to, Brandy and I and others on my team, we like to get to know our diamond uplines, not even just our diamond uplines, but other diamonds across the company, because we watch so many of their videos and kind of listen to everyone and learn from everyone. And everyone is so personable, willing to just have a conversation with you. It's not like they're out of touch because they're diamond. So we so appreciate that, because that's a really big deal. And that's something that really impressed this person that went just for fun as well. So if you haven't been at any events, it's really not, what I would have imagined the events to be like. So I definitely encourage it. Another thing, it's kind of like Brandy said, it's fun to get away. I took my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter this year. My husband did not go. I also took my daughter to DC 2 years ago. Neither one of us have been to DC before, and she says that's one of her favorite trips of all time. Last year, I did take my husband, so that was more of a couples trip. But it's, you can take your family, you can take your husband, you can just go by yourself. Doesn't matter who goes, you're going to have a great time. I didn't have opportunities to travel really prior to Plexus. I would see other friends or other people I knew going on girls' trips and stuff. And prior to Plexus, I didn't really have either the money to travel or the opportunity to travel. So that has made a big difference as well. I love traveling. I love hanging out with other people. So it has really provided an opportunity. One thing we do, because you do need to pay to get there, hopefully you can earn the extra spending money from Plexus. I didn't this time. But one thing we do that helps with the travel expenses is we have a Southwest Airlines Visa. And my husband is really better with money than I am. He is very disciplined about paying it off every month. But we put all of our utilities and any other big expenses, pretty much anything we can, we put on that Southwest Airlines Visa so that we can get air miles. That paid for my entire round trip ticket for this trip and for half of my daughter's ticket. And we also, this last summer, traveled as a family and used a bunch of points. So that's one kind of tip I have as far as, if you struggle with affording to get to these events. That's something I do. I certainly don't encourage debt. So it only works really well for us because we pay it off every single month. But don't let the cost hold you back. Find a way to make it happen. Super Saturday, being right after Christmas can be a little inconvenient as far as expenses, but start saving now. Tell your spouse that, you don't want a Christmas present. You just want to go Super Saturday, or, do whatever you have to do to get to these events. And I promise that you will be so glad that you went. It really is huge. I didn't go into this business really looking for a career or a business out of it. I was going into it kind of as a hobby, but it has, needless to say, become so much more. And I know that the events have had a huge impact on that. One thing I wanted to share, I took some notes. Brandy already went over some of it, and so did Rachel. One thing I really liked about John Maxwell, and he was amazing. I love that he was funny also. That makes it even more engaging, I think. But he said, if you're not changing, you're not growing. And I can definitely vouch for that because, again, this is when I went into this business, I didn't expect what it has become. I didn't expect that I would be in a leadership type role, but I have, and it's because I have been willing to change and grow, and you definitely have to be willing to make that happen, and don't feel like it's just not you and it would never happen, because anybody can do it. So anyways, I'll wrap it up there. I know we've said a lot. I think we could go on all day about it, but again, needless to say, I feel like events are super, super important. Every single one of them that you can get to will have a huge impact on your business. So that's it for me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jamie. And really quick, to piggyback on what she said, y'all, about getting to events, I want to talk about convention really quick. We know when convention is. It's in June. They've pushed the date back even later, especially for our teachers. I know in the East Coast in California, I think some of them are still in school, but they did their best to push it back. So one thing, everybody can go to convention. So start planning now. Like Jamie said, if you need to be putting $20 a week into a jar, if you need to carpool, like she said, the Southwest card, there are so many different options. So be planning for that now. I told my team the same thing. I know it's in June and you're thinking you have plenty of time. June will be here before you know it. November is going to be here next week. How crazy is that? So make arrangements now. Have that on your mind. Do whatever it takes to get there. 100% agree. And it was so great. We saw Jamie when we were at Disney World. with her daughter, and that was really fun. And then we got to see Brandy with her family at Disney World. Y'all, it really is. I mean, the connections and seeing everybody with their families, it's just amazing. We love those Austin girls so much. So I'm really glad we got to see you. Thank you, Jamie, for sharing with us. Up next, and our last speaker is Amanda Anderson, and this was her second time to attend Leaders Retreat. So Amanda, go ahead and share with us.
Hey guys, my name's Amanda Anderson, like Ariel said, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. And I'm super excited to be on this call. I was so pumped when Beth asked me. I love Beth. She's amazing. I'm like her level 12, but that doesn't matter to her. She always takes me under her wing and is always there if I need her. So I absolutely loved Leaders Retreat. I'm going to take a little bit different approach to this. I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get there. I'm going to give you a couple little things and tidbits. And then I'm going to tell you my couple favorite takeaways from it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of backstory. I earned Leaders Retreat. I joined in May. I earned Leaders Retreat that year as a Silver Ambassador. I did not have the in the company or myself to make that trip to Washington, D.C. And so I don't know what I was thinking, didn't go. And I do regret that. I'd be in my business if I had that belief that early on. Okay, so belief is super, super important. So that year I didn't go. I came to the next Leaders Retreat as a Emerald Ambassador, and that was in Dallas. Okay, so I came to the next Leaders Retreat as an Emerald Ambassador. It was amazing. I had that mindset, you know, that events were, you know, cheesy and that weren't, you know, worth it or whatever. Then I went to my first convention. It was awesome, and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I go to Leaders Retreat? This is amazing. Like Plexus puts on a amazing event. Okay, so I went to Leaders Retreat as an Emerald. But that's a whole nother Zoom I can get into, but I went as a Emerald that lost rank. And so I went Emerald in May, lost rank a couple months later, and went to Leaders Retreat as I call it a fallen jewel. That's what I felt like. But it was amazing and it empowered me. Okay. So it didn't take anything away from me. I walked by everybody at their Nordstrom's shopping spree event at their little dinner they did. And I saw everybody out there, you know, eating, drinking, having a good time. And I was walking by and I thought, okay, that's it. I will be there next year. I will get back to Emerald and I will be there. And so I don't know about you guys, but I'm super goal oriented. I like to write my goals down. And so I wrote it down. How many, I know we raised our hands who didn't go to Leaders Retreat this year. Who did go to Leaders Retreat? Raise your hand really quick. And I'm assuming that you all have a pen and paper right now because I always do on these Zoom calls. So this is for everybody. Write down what your rank is right now. And if you went to Leaders Retreat or not, and just hold it up really quick. Or you could put it in the chat if you don't have pen and paper or you're not showing your face on here. I just want you to write it down. And it doesn't matter if you're not even silver yet, if you're silver, gold, senior gold, whatever, just write it down. And then, okay, so right under that, I want you to cross it out and I want you to write where you want to be next year at this time. What rank? What do you want to earn? Write it down. And now show me. You can put it in the chat if you want. Awesome. Okay, so now you wrote it down, you're claiming it, you're gonna do it, right? Okay, so I didn't come into this Zoom all unicorns and rainbows to tell you I'm an Emerald Ambassador and that I've earned every leaders retreat and that everything's gravy, right? I told you I lost rank and I had to work to get it back. And it took a lot of grit. But what I had to do was get to work. And here's what I suggest you do. If you want to get to leaders retreat, if you want to rank up, if you want to get to convention and earn some of those contests, the contests are amazing. Here's what I suggest you do. Okay, I'm going to touch a little bit on John Maxwell. And he said, stop microwaving leaders. Start crock-potting leaders. Okay, this is a slower process. You don't want to zap your leaders, and they call them Pop-Tart leaders. We all have them. We all have them. We know that. Even if you're a silver ambassador, you probably have one. It just happens. So we have this mindset that we want to get people to level 5 leadership in 10 minutes, and it doesn't happen like that. It's a process. And so stop microwaving your leaders, take them under your wing and show them the way and show them that you believe in them. And if they don't have belief, let them borrow yours. If you don't have belief, you got to work on that belief. The ways you work on your belief is building your own health journey. Work on your own health testimony. What you share, your own testimony is the best testimony you will ever share. So never stop working on your health. Watch diamond documentaries, and that will help you believe in this company. Get to events, every single event you can get to. Super Saturday, convention, opportunity events. When you get around Plexus people, the energy is electric and it is contagious. You leave there with fire and you want to get to work. And so that's what you got to do, is get to work. And you've got to do your IPAs every single day. Power hours are huge. How many of you do power hours? I know everybody's started to work on those a lot more lately, and they're amazing. They're super, super productive, and they're proven to work. So get on your upline's power hours if they're putting them on. Put on your own power hour if you have to. Hold an online Facebook opportunity event, a sip and see, whatever you got to do. Work on your own personal health journey and your own personal business. Never stop growing. Like I told you, I had to get gritty. I had to start focusing on simple duplication. Stop dragging along the golds that didn't want to go with me, and start focusing on those hungry silvers, and start focusing on getting people to silver. It's simple duplication, guys. As soon as they join, get their products paid for, get them to silver. I know that there's tons of training out there on how to do that and videos, so we're not going to get into that, but that is how you do it. And don't drag along anybody that doesn't want to go. You can still love on them, but you don't drag them along. Focus on the ones that do want it and that want to go with you, that want this as much as you do. Like I said, work on your own testimony. It's huge. Invest in your team's health. If you're a silver ambassador, you got 3 people on your team. Follow up with them like crazy. Make sure they're drinking their water. They're taking their supplements. They're getting their heart rate up. They're eating healthy foods. Make sure they know that that's important too. Work on their health testimony. Work on your health testimony and get to know them. Talk to them about their family. Show them love. Show them support. Show them that this is not just a business where we want to take their money and give them pills. We care about their own journey, and we want them to see success in this business and in their own health. So if they don't have belief, like I said, let them borrow yours and show them how to believe in themselves and in this company. Show them they can do this. The theme to this Leaders Retreat was empower. Help empower your team. If you have one ambassador on your team, you are a leader, no matter what. You don't have to be an emerald or a senior ruby or a senior gold or diamond to be a leader in this company. You are a leader if you have one person on your team. So take that one person, nurture them, hold them, coddle them, treat them like a baby a little bit, but teach them as they get older how to be self-sufficient. And I mean older as they start to grow, because you don't want to keep doing that as they get older. You want to let them go and let them create their own leaders. And let's see. Okay, so I told you I had to get gritty. I had to get to work. I had to do all these things. I had to create momentum on my team. I had to start praising every little thing that anybody did on my team. That was on my team page automatically. You got a new customer? Guess what? I'm giving you a shout out. You got a new ambassador? You got a shout out. Heck yes, you went silver. I love that. You're going to get a big shout out. It's just simple praise and empowering people. People love recognition. So start recognizing that. 500 PV, boom, you're getting a post about it. And you got to create that momentum. And that was super powerful for me. I had to work on my mindset when I lost rank. And that was very difficult and very hard. And I know that some of these people on this call, you may not be where you want to be in your journey, but that doesn't mean you're done. That means you get to work and you work on your mindset and you tell yourself you can. I had to read read a book, What You Say When You Talk to Yourself. It changed everything for me. I had to stop talking trash to myself in my head that I didn't realize I was talking trash to. And I had to say, stop it. Stop talking trash, Amanda, and get to work. You are an Emerald ambassador. You will go to Hawaii. You will get back to Emerald, and you will earn Bloomingdale's. So the second part to this is to show yourself grace. It's a part of the mindset. So you got to have grit and you got to show yourself grace. If you're not where you want to be in your journey, it's okay. It's okay if you lost rank. It's okay if you got to gold and you fell back. It's okay if you got to senior gold and you're not where you want to be and you're not on track to ruby. It's okay. Show yourself some grace. This happens, guys, and it's okay. Just get to work. Daily IPAs, power hour, loving on your team, all told you. Just get to work. And I want to tell you guys that I read the book, I got to work, I did all the things, and I got back to Emerald in May of this year, just in time to earn Hawaii 3 months in a row. My team went on to earn Bloomingdale's for me, and we're on track to hit Sapphire very soon. So don't ever let the fact that you lost rank or that you're not where you want to be discourage you, because it ain't over until you say it's over. So don't ever give up on that. You can get to Leaders Retreat next year if you didn't go this year. Believe me, you can do it. You can get to convention and earn all the prizes. If you were silver this year, you can be Emerald next year. You can walk across that stage as a jewel, and you can earn whatever you want to earn. You just have to believe it. You have to empower yourself, and you have to empower your team, and you have to speak positively. And if you do that, you will achieve the things that you want to achieve. So, okay, I'm done preaching a little bit, but I want to tell you guys my favorite takeaways from Leaders Retreat this year. So this is my second Leaders Retreat. I feel like it gets better every year. My absolute number one favorite thing that happened to me this year. Last year, I had one person qualify for Leaders Retreat. And so I had a couple girls there. She brought a guest. I brought a guest, blah, blah, blah. But I had one person qualify. This year I had 8, and it was amazing, okay? Every one of them have something special, and I loved every bit of it. I had a few silvers, a few senior golds, a ruby, and a senior ruby there, okay? It can happen at all levels, trust me. But my favorite thing that happened this year was I got to meet a gal on my team. She's a level 3, and she is a silver ambassador. And she started Plexus probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And she suffered from PCOS. And she had really struggled with infertility. And so I'd been following her story. And she was just a customer for a while. She joined for wholesale prices. I'd been following her story, and because she would leave little tidbits on our, customer page and stuff about her progress. Well, she got pregnant after starting Plexus, on it a few months after, I think, a couple years of infertility, and she had a Plexus baby. And so she's the sweetest, cutest little girl. Her name is Audrey, and she was there. And so I got to meet her, and I loved every bit of that. She was so cute. And so it just dawned on me there, like, because I was bold and because I put it out there, what I was doing, and I lost all that fear. I lost, all that trash I was talking to myself in the beginning too, about what people might think, about what people might say, blah, blah, blah. I got over that, and I posted about Plexus. I started growing a business. And because I did that, my friend Denise saw that and joined. And because she did that, her friend Corinne joined. Because she did that, Heidi joined. And now Heidi has a baby because of it. That is powerful, you guys. That is life-changing. A baby is life-changing, and something she had been praying for years. And to see the joy on her face when she's just holding that baby and looking at her adoringly and just loving on her. She was the best mama. The daddy was the best daddy. And just seeing that family was created because I was bold was life-changing for me. I shed a few tears with her, and I really just thank God that he put me in that position to be able to do that. And that's just one person, you guys. I have a lot of people on my team, and I know there's a lot of people that have seen life-changing health results. These are real products, these are real people, and these are real results. So that's why I get so passionate, and that's why you're so passionate, and that's why you're on this Zoom call, right? Because you have seen amazing health testimonies. That was my favorite part of Leaders Retreat, getting to see the people that I had a hand in. And that was empowering to me. That made me want to go home and get more people and change their lives. And I loved it. And then being able to hang out with my team and get to know them better and laugh. Oh my gosh, all the belly laughs we had. I usually bring my husband to events, and he didn't come this time because he just had surgery. And so, but it was kind of good. Don't tell him that, but it was kind of good because I got to really bond with my team, and I got to know them, just hang out, eat, talk, have a drink, and just, really love on them face to face. And to me, that empowered me, and I know that empowered them because I saw them evolve. I saw these silvers. I saw the light shine down on them, and they just opened their eyes, and they saw the possibilities of what if this could change everything. And now they're saying this is changing everything. And now their momentum is high again. They're ready to rock and roll, and they want to take their teams to Leaders Retreat next year. And that is amazing to me. So to me, those were my favorite parts of Leaders Retreat. John Maxwell was amazing. So pumped about the X Factor. I've been wanting this product forever. And so you got to tell everybody about it because it is an amazing product. It's clean, non-GMO. We all know that. No sugars. I've been wanting this for so long. And I'm super into ingredients and super into good, clean products. So get out there and share it with everybody. I mean, everybody. People that have quit, people that are still on it, people you don't know, give it to them because everybody will buy a multivitamin for their children before they buy one for themselves because a pediatrician tells you to. And so share that. Get to Super Saturday if you can. If you cannot, like they said, do a party. Because when you get around other people, like-minded people that feel the way that you do and that are passionate about Plexus like you are, it's empowering in itself. And it's a whole nother vibe than when you're sitting at home with your 3 kids and your husband and you're trying to watch a live feed. it ain't the same. So try to do a little party. Even if, like I said, if you're silver, get with your 3 people, get with your upline, do something, and get together with some plexus people, because it will build your belief. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. And I hope to see you all at convention. I hope to see you all at Leaders Retreat next year. Put those goals, take a picture of it, use it as your screensaver, put it on your mirror, do whatever you got to do, but make it happen and get to work.
Okay, first of all, Amanda Anderson, you are amazing. Let's all congratulate her, okay? She lost her rank. She gained it back. She earned the biggest prize there was, okay? Shout out to you for working hard and making that happen. So super congratulations on the Bloomingdale's. That is amazing. Y'all, everything she said.
Congratulations, Amanda. I don't know if you can hear me, but congratulations.
Thank you. Bloomingdale's was amazing, you guys. I didn't even touch on that, but it was, people asked me, what was it like? And I was like, kind of better than my wedding day, if you want to know the truth. It was the best day ever.
Oh, so fun. We are so excited and happy for you. So congratulations on that. That truly is amazing, because that is not easy to earn. So congratulations, Amanda. Beth and I were just texting back and forth. We are going to try and get Amanda and some of her team to do a training for us, because they are awesome and they are in full momentum. So we want to hear more from you, Amanda. So be on the lookout for that. Everything she said was spot on, especially how she said focus on those people that want it. Y'all, I had a senior Ruby that could care less about the business, and I was spending all my time focusing on her, and neglecting the people, like she said, those hungry silvers that wanted it. So I had to totally shift my thinking and work with those people that wanted it versus the people that could care less. So think about that as well with the people that you're helping. I think that is a huge, huge point. And really quick, how she said mindset, she lost rank. She was real and raw with us, and she worked to get it back, okay? So I think that's amazing. She's right. Mindset is huge. So believe it and you can change it. All right, guys, I know that we probably went longer than usual today, but this was a great topic. We hope those of you that weren't there, that you found this Zoom helpful. I thought it was great. I took a whole page of notes, and I was there. So I posted the 10 ways that Alec Clark talked about, and then I know Beth and I also posted the 5 levels of leadership as well earlier this week, so scroll down and look for those. But I just love how we all just talked about our experiences and everything like that. I just think it's great. So thank you, everybody, for being on. We'll be back next week. I know it's Halloween, but we have Diamond Ambassador Alicia McKee will be our guest speaker next week. So thanks, everybody. We have the rest of this week to work towards that planner as well. So be working on that. And like she said, be sharing the vitamins with everybody. Everybody needs it. All right, guys, have a great day. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.